Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we are doing a reading on the intentions behind it. Well, Trump has now put out an executive order on releasing MLK, JFK, Diddy, on top of a bunch of other classified documents. And I want to look at one, what is the intention? And two, we're going to look into what information, when we're looking at the information or the declassified stuff coming out, what is the effect that information being declassified going to have on the general public? So that's what we're looking at here today. Check out the timestamps down below if you want to go check out what all that is through the different sections. But otherwise, quick reminder before I get really into it. Reminder, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's the main reason that he's declassifying all this information with his executive order? Why is this? Four of Pentacles, we're just going to let it all go. The things that we've been hoarding, we want to give out to the public. Why? Because why is the Ace of Swords reversed? Why are we lying about things? So it's like we want to give out information about lies. Okay, that's what this is. It's not that I'm putting out information that is wrong. It's like I want to give out information because you've been lied to. From a financial influence as well. This is here to cause divisiveness. He wants people from a financial, material sense. We want people fighting. We want people fighting over what's going on. I want people fighting about this, that, and the other thing. This is about sowing discourse. Sowing discourse and distrust amongst people, places, groups, and the such. From a hopes and fears here, the Page of Cups. I'm almost seeing this as a little bit of a surprise, but he's also he wants to surprise people with this, another part of it. Page of Cups here as well, having it be reversed. It's like, we can't have you be naive anymore. We can't have, it's like, we need to stop being naive about this shit. We need to be down home and real about it. Unseen obstacles to this, though. The Nine of Cups. Be careful what you wished for. Be careful what you wished for. So just as Trump is releasing all the classified documents now about certain things, there's also now, ye gods, just, how do I put this? Because of things being released now to the public, it's a sense of Trump, be careful what you wished for. It's also the public, be careful what you wish for. This is like, I don't know if this is like a catalytic moment of how much do you trust your government? This is a very calculated move people have been wanting this for a while. The ties people have been wanting and seeing and having. And now it's like, now you get to see the real disgusting stuff of the world. And I don't know if some people are ready for it, others are not. Also, the other opposing energy to this, people are defending this with their life. There's going to be, when I'm looking at classified documents and it being released and the intentions behind it, it's not that, just a quick reminder that just as one side does it, the other side does as well. So if we're looking at this, is Trump is like, okay, you got what you wished for, but now his own stuff is going to be analyzed, it feels like, to a very high degree. And it's like, there are things he's not going to be able to defend himself against. Remember, just rules for thee and for me. So it's like, it goes for both sides. It's not just one or the other. You can't just blame an old system when the new system is still working off old principles, right? What's going for him, though, he's kept his promise. There's an outpouring of support. of people like, you actually held your word. You actually are doing what you're saying. This is the weird, and like, this is like, is it weird? No, but it is a contrast to what we've seen, where there's been false promises given out, and they've not promises given out, never been had. Trump is garnering support from his base with, well, he's actually sticking to what he's been saying. You know what? That goes a lot farther than, say, someone just spouting bullshit in your face and then turning coat, where he's actually saying, he's doing what he's saying, which is why people like it. He sticks to his word. I can't say, or he sticks to his words in some things, and like, to his base's words, maybe not to the other things. And I know it's terrifying, but this is the reason why people like him, is because he sticks to his damn word to the degree of what people want, where other politicians weren't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm feeling. Doesn't mean I agree with it. Just means I see why people like him. Here in the past, yeah, there was no choice. This was a choice. I don't know if this is a choice made for him. No, but it was one that we were like, not even on the fence. It's like, we're going to go do this. It's like, we want to give everything out. Future events here, the King of Swords. There's more stuff that he wants to release to the public. It's like, you should all know this. Like, this is what's been going on. We have more communications coming forward. There's like, I don't know what's going to be put out, if it's going to be like a paper or a pamphlet or news media sort of like thing. But there's more communications coming out, not just about JFK and MLK, and I think there was something about Malcolm X in there too. But like, there's more information that will be declassified, and more stuff coming out, showcasing just how rotten everything is. And that was his intention here. It's like, this is only the beginning. We are just starting. So hold on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. 2025 is going to be a wild effing ride. So I am going to get a full list of documents that have been declassified already. I know we're going to be looking at, let's see how the declassification of JFK is going to affect how the public essentially of Americans, more or less. Like, how does this news like affect the people around? How is this impactful? What sort of impact does the JFK assassination, essentially, what effect does that information being released have? What impact does that have? Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, we are not sending aid places that we thought we were going to send aid to, aren't we? Yep. We are not sending aid now to places. Why is this? Because we're loud. We're proud. We're loudly and proudly not going to be giving aid to people. We are rescinding our offers. We are not giving stuff to people. People also, as we're going to be seeing out in Victorious. From a financial influence here, this is also people, because this is going to be putting back into people who actually support us and support America. Three of Pentacles, it's like, we're going to be working with other people. We're going to be coming together with other groups of people to do different things. Hopes and fears here, we're going to come out on top. This is the right decision. When it comes to JFK, we are going to be like, we want better deals. We want to be on the right side of justice. We don't want this. This is rescinding offers, and this is becoming our own sense. We're having our own sense of justice. This is legitimately like, justice is finally going to get served. Offers are not going to be on the table anymore. Unseen obstacles, though. There's going to be a lot of mess. Jumping from the frying pan into the fire. I also say people are going to be saying one thing, but doing another thing with the JFK information. There's going to be, if someone goes and supports like an organization or the people who are behind this, you're going to be, as like, you said you didn't support this. There's going to be a lot of hypocrisy. I think there is a level of hypocrisy here, with the JFK information being released, the classified information, is like this is all hypocrisy. Everything and everyone is a hypocrite. The other challenge here, this also isolates us from other groups and or allies on large. From an American perspective, I'm seeing we get isolated, but this is also what's coming out on top. It's like we aren't lying to the public anymore, or well, we're lying to the public less. Nine of Pentacles upright as well is giving me the sense of there's an energy of we will isolate you now. Americans, you know how Russia during the Cold War, the Soviet Union during the Cold War had like really high inflation. People would visit and they would bring jeans and all the other things. America's going to get isolated for this. America gets very isolated from this. It's like, oh, you want to go start spilling worldwide secrets? Fine. Okay. We'll just isolate you now from the rest of the world. That's kind of the impact that I'm seeing. The opposing energy is like they're going to try and isolate America from the rest of the world. What's going for us though is like the light is shining true. We're okay. The energy is like you want to. It's like this is an internal review. And that's kind of what's kind of needed. Where the world is, I think, trying to come in and be like, you know what, we're going to isolate you. America's like, fine. We don't need to be your world police. We will go out and do our different things. This is a time of, okay, we need to really figure shit out at home. That's what this is kind of looking like to me. Here in the past, yeah, we're past events. It's like this is a commitment, but this is also like unconventional ways. This is a breaking of a commitment. This is us breaking away from the hierarchy and the structure of the world. And I think that's probably with the JFK stuff. It's like there was like a rejection of the world, and now we get to put this back out. You reject, and here in the future, 7 of Cups. There's a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different ways this information is going to be interpreted. There's a lot of different ways that things can go. There's a lot of options available to us now kind of moving forward. It's like how I would look at it is how this information impacts us if for future events is we're going to have the United States has more options available to us, but here's the thing, we're also still blindfolded to the truth. We're blindfolded still. Person's blindfolded and it's like, okay, I have all these things around us, but we don't see the truth of a situation. We're only seeing we're only seeing through the one watch hole. We aren't seeing the whole street. Which we don't know where to aim. And there's not going to be there's no way to aim because we're blindfolded, because we don't see the whole picture. We're only being given a part of the picture. Again, this is still all media manipulation still, but looking here with that future, you don't know where to aim. It's like we almost have too many people that we want, like that are going to be kind of coming out of the woodwork, and we just don't know which way to turn. It's almost like information overload coming out here from the JFK stuff. It's like who do we even start with? It's almost kind of the feeling here, and that's the impact. It's like, where do you even start looking at information? So the next thing I want to look at is we're going to look at MLK. With MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., what is the impact for the classified documents? What is the impact for declassifying documents about his assassination? So what impact does that have? So what impact does that have for the people at large? I'm thinking this is more going to be an American perspective. So let's take a look here. MLK. What impact does this information have coming out? 8 of Wands. We're getting stuck. Why are we getting stuck? Because, okay, so the stuff with MLK, it feels like it's not going to have that much of an impact. I don't know why, but it's like this almost like this information almost gets stuck where it's at because we're not focusing on it. It's just not being focused on in a major way because with the financial influences or material influences here, the Three of Wands reversed, which is we got to rethink this. Where JFK feels very straightforward and linear, MLK, it almost feels like it's so convoluted that it's hard to kind of decipher even the classified information that's coming out. So there doesn't seem to be one winner, one loser, one person who's in the right, one person that's in the wrong. There's multiple. With MLK, it's not information overload. It's there was too many moving pieces that makes it hard to decipher, because the unseen obstacle or the hopes and fears here, the death card reversed, which is this is like we don't want to change, like this doesn't bring about change in the way that people think it's going to. Like knowing it doesn't change anything. It's like we're just holding off on transformation, on change, for letting something go and having it go forward. It doesn't, yeah. Because the unseen obstacle, the devil reversed. There was so much more going on with MLK's passing that, like I said, there's more stuff to it than even that's in the classified documents. I don't know if we're ever going to actually figure out MLK. If you guys want me to do a deep dive on MLK and what was going on at that time and players and things, please let me know. Because what I'm seeing here is there are forces that are really trying to mess up the MLK information. And even the classified information doesn't give it clarity. Like there's no clarity doesn't come from it. That devil card here, it's like this is extreme negativity. This is more than just deep state stuff, maybe, potentially, allegedly. Because the opposing energy here is a temperance. There's just so imbalance. Like I said, this does not bring clarity to the whole situation. As what's going for people, it's that this is just so overwhelming. There's also something that overtakes this information. Like, because you can't make a clean narrative from it, people are going to kind of not forget about it, but not focus on it that heavily. Here in the past, because MLK's passing, this was all it was a clusterfuck. I'll say that. It was not done strategically. It feels like it could have been anyone that day. And no one, it's like, I think there is someone who was arrested, but it's like they don't know if that was actually the person or if it was someone else or something else or who is this, who is that, and it just doesn't bring any. And then here for future events, the Seven of Pentacles, yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't have an impact, or it doesn't give credence to things. It just muddies the water more. That's all I'm really seeing for MLK is passing. Please, again, if you want me to look at that more specifically so I can maybe try and get some information from it, let me know in the comments below. All right, next we're going to be looking at Mr. I think we're going to look at Malcolm X. I think he was on the list as well. What does that information have to do? Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. So, I'm sorry, it wasn't Malcolm X. It's actually RFK who we're doing. So we're going to look here really quick at what is the impact that the releasing of RFK's assassination going to have on the American public. What's the information? What can we know? How is this going to impact Americans? How can we see this and the such? So without further ado. So we're going to be looking at our home, our family, our foundation, our government as a whole. What are the areas that are kind of putting things together? Why is this? Because of the Ace of Swords, lies that have been told around this assassination attempt. from a financial influence here, it's going to be very clear who he's very, very clear. There's a very clear progression. It seems like with the classified information of how it went down and why it went down. There's not going to be a lot of room for interpretation. It's kind of be like boom, 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 boom. Very different from MLK. The hopes and fears here is the Six of Pentacles. This is also going to sow distrust. There's going to be an unequal exchange of power. I think we're also going to see how deals or contracts or agreements, treaties were built and or made, and how they were very one-sided for one area or the other. This is going to be going more into world politics, it feels like, in my opinion. Because down here is the unseen obstacle, the Knight of Wands. We're also going to see, I think we're also going to, with the classified documents coming out, it seems like we're going to have individuals, we're going to see how people have kind of maybe leaped and were really fiery, and like the passions and their driving forces behind them and how they took action. And I don't know if we're ready for the whys or the hows yet, but that's coming out. Because the opposing energy here is the Knight of Cups. People did not want this information coming out. People, like, Knight of Cups reverse, it's like, no, you can't offer that. You can't offer that. Please don't offer that. It's almost like JFK was, like, really heavy. Like that was really impactful. But, like, RFK, like, gods. If there's information people don't want coming out, it's this. RFK's stuff coming out hurts more than JFK and MLK. It is all JFK. Or no, RFK, sorry. Holy shnikes, people do not want this coming out. Knight of Cups, I'm like, nope, rescind that. Nope, rescind that. Nope, rescind that. You don't want that coming out. Your people are also going to try and manipulate this to high heaven and back and try and make it into something it's not. If you are looking at documents, make your own conclusions from it. I would not trust mainstream media, because when this stuff gets put out, there's going to be a manipulation of the interpretation of those documents, in my opinion, to kind of square things away. Because what's going for this right now, the Queen of Cups reversed. So again, more manipulation tactics, but they're also going to be preying on people's emotions to get an emotional response rather than a logical response. There's going to be a huge emotional response to RFK's information being leaked, because it's not going to cause things, but it's going to amp up the distaste and the dissatisfaction for things at home. Because here in the past, the Chariot, you were taking us in a direction we didn't want you to take us. This is legitimately all about where the direction I think the United States was going, or where they wanted things to go. Travel, locations. There's something nasty. Future things here. The Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords for future events. We might be having, I think, what is it? Who's the Kennedy who's currently in Trump's cabinet? He might be speaking out on RFK stuff very heavily. We're gonna hear some slander. Like, this is someone whose, like, energy is all over the place. This is someone who's angry. This is someone who is ungrounded. And we're gonna be hearing a lot of stuff come out around RFK. And it's going to cause a very emotional response, and this is going to amp up Americans. I'm not sure how, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling, and I'm going to leave it there. Again, if y'all have any suggestions, or if you want me to read into something beforehand, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for watching. Feel free, like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends if you would like. Otherwise, if you want to join YouTube members, $3 a month, you get access to cool exclusive content, new content like this early, and the such. Otherwise, if you want to go check out readings or stuff for personal things, that's all linked down below in my store. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in more videos coming up soon. So, bye!